Request by Federal Reserve Board Governor Lisa Cook Friday to temporarily bar President Trump from firing her. Cook is embroiled in a mortgage fraud scandal. And today, Federal Housing Finance Agency Director Bill Pulte provided evidence showing matching signatures allegedly from Cook, listing both Atlanta and Michigan as her primary residence. Cook's lawyer argued at Friday's hearing that this is politically motivated, while Democrats are calling for Trump's removal from office.
It is time to call for Article 25 of the Constitution of the United States of America to determine his unfitness, to determine that something's wrong with this president. And I would suggest that we move very aggressively to talk about the danger to this country and to our democracy.
Well, it seems it's always time to call for Article.
Is putting undue pressure on the Fed, and there are people like President Trump and myself who think that if a Fed official committed mortgage fraud, that this should be examined, and that they shouldn't be serving as one of the nation's leading financial regulators. And what we haven't heard from Ms. Cook is we haven't heard her say, "I didn't do it."
By digging into the mortgage records of officials you don't like.
No, they're public. I mean, you can find out those records. You can go check out the records yourself. And you should be doing that job, actually. You wouldn't do that because that's not the kind of reporter you are. But you should be doing that job. I shouldn't have to be doing it. If you did your job properly, we wouldn't have problems like Lisa Cook.
Now, for those who think I'm being hypercritical or racist for pointing out that Lisa Cook is a classic, incompetent, corrupt DEI appointee in government service, do you know she has a PhD in economics, Andrew? Yeah, I'm aware. First of all, it's not a PhD in monetary policy, which is what the Fed does. It's a PhD in racist economics. Racist economics. Let's take a look at the kind of academic research that she's done. Maybe that would be informative to us. What is Lisa Cook known for as an economist? Let's take a look. A strong emphasis on how racial violence, segregation, and discrimination have historically impacted economic outcomes, particularly for African Americans and underrepresented groups. It's all DEI. It's all racial grievance industrial complex. There's racism happening here. It's not by me. It's by Lisa Cook. Lisa Cook. Her most cited scholarly work explores how racial violence, such as lynchings and riots, suppressed innovation and economic participation among African Americans. Her 2014 paper, Violence and Economic Activity, Evidence from African American Patents, 1870 to 1940, demonstrates that patenting rates among Black inventors dropped significantly in response to mass violence. Why have African Americans made so little contribution to the science of America? It's not because of any kind of inherent qualification. It's white people.
Is asking for more information in a legal showdown involving this week's firing of a Federal Reserve governor by President Trump. A Tuesday deadline is now set for defense attorneys of Lisa Cook to file a brief. The information will be used to decide whether to issue a temporary order against her firing. The legal battle could significantly reshape the Fed's longstanding political independence.
Now, what I find to be interesting about all this is the judge that's actually presiding over this case. Her name is Gia Cobb, and she just so happens to be the sorority sister of this particular Fed chair governor who has been relieved of her duties. Supposedly, they served in Delta Sigma Theta sorority, and people are calling for the judge to recuse herself.
Given the judge is another lawfare judge against Trump. We've seen her before. She also, by the way, the judge assigned to this case, maybe I have an image. So here's Lisa Cook. We've seen that picture before. Here's the judge assigned to the case. By the way, Lisa Cook and the judge were both members of the same sorority in college, not at the same time. I don't even know if they ever met or know each other, but they were members of the same sorority. And here's the court clerk that magically assigned this woman's case to this judge. That assignment was done by this court clerk. I know you think I'm making this shit up. I'm really not. I'm really not. It's unbelievable.